So this is me in the elevator, and it's kind of noisy in here, actually. I think there's a fan or something. But I should possibly point out that it's Wednesday. Monday and Wednesday I have class, which means that Wednesdays, the videos that I post are going to be filmed on campus. So that should be fun. Yesterday's video was about words, and, well, partially about words. It was about a couple of different things, including poop. But I talk about poop a lot. If you're new to my channel, then you will now be aware that I talk about poop rather often. In yesterday's video, I talked about the career path of the word what and the word who. Then I mentioned that what went off to become a famous word, whereas who just became a famous band name. What I forgot to mention, however, was that Who's career as a band name didn't last very long. It was short-lived. And he actually, at the time that he was the band name, he was also in med school, because he went on to have a pretty famous career as a doctor. See what I did there?
Hey, guess what? This is my theme song.
Okay, so if you were ever wondering whether Denami scripts out his videos or not, I can officially answer the question sometimes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I just turn on the camera and riff. But usually I use my handy-dandy Dunder Mifflin notepad here and I write down key bulletin points or jokes or just things to remember to talk about. But then the problem is, when I turn on the camera, I have to decipher my scribblings and my chicken scratches. I don't have very good handwriting. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you about that. If you're looking for a video blogger who has good handwriting, then you're on the wrong channel, because my handwriting is not always legible. I mean, how much of that can you read? I don't know. I can't read all of that. I mean, I'm gonna have to sit here and try to figure it out. Yesterday's video, I talked about the words Quando Floo, and I was asking for people to come up with a meaning for it. And there were a lot of really good meanings to the word Quando Floo. I was really liking Drew Dane's meaning. Quando Floo is when you're the only one laughing. That is great. That's awesome. I've had that so many times, because I'm easily amused, and my mind will make one connection to another connection, and I will laugh at something because in my head it connected to something else that was funny, but no one else is laughing because no one else is inside my head. And then I try to explain it, and then they don't get it, so I end up still being the only one that's laughing, because if you weren't already aware, I'm not that funny. I don't know why people think I'm funny. I'm not that funny. Well, I guess I am, but I just have to remember that looks aren't everything. That hurts sometimes. Moving on. Slow Country had a good suggestion that Quando Floo is a video response. Also a good suggestion, because, I mean, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? We have to have a word for that, so that works. And I do like video responses, and I do encourage people to leave me a video response, because then they can be part of the greatest moment of all time and of the other one that I do. However, I saw Hunter for Hire's comment where he told me that quando is actually, apparently it's Italian for when. So that kind of puts a damper on creating my own word there. So if that's the case, he suggested that Quando Floo is when to fly. Personally, I think if quando means when, then Quando Floo, it fits perfectly for that to be when you're the only one laughing. So, henceforth from now on, Quando Floo is when you're the only one laughing. That's the word for it. Now we just need to come up with a word for when there's something in your shoe, because there's something in my shoe, and it hurts when I'm stepping and walking, and I'm at school, so I have to walk a lot. So, I need a word for that. What could the word for that be? I don't know what the word for that could be. I also need a word for when something stinks, because that's a horror. Just be glad that YouTube doesn't have smell-o-vision, because it smells like a freaking sewer right here. I need a word for when something stinks. I know, Michael Bay.